Hello, welcome to EPG Pashala Spanish. My name is Nabil Ansari and I teach Spanish in the Center of Spanish, Portuguese, Italian and Latin American Studies in Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. We are in the paper entitled Spanish Grammar 1. In this module entitled Alguien dice algo en algún lugar, you are going to learn more about determiners such as indefinite determiners. You will also learn about the use of some interrogative determiners as well as some adjectives, and by doing so you will be able to express vagueness and different quantities of elements and people, ask for quantities, and also ask to define elements, action or people that are unknown. So we start with the indefinite determiners. So think of a situation where you can't give the exact quantity of things, but somehow you need to determine it vaguely or approximately. For example, if we say politician A, journalist, how many questions do you have for me? Not many. So if there is a journalist and a politician, and if the politician is asking how many questions do you have for me, and the journalist says not many, so this not many is expressing that he is not telling the exact quantity of the thing, but he is just determining it in a vague manner. So same thing in Spanish can be said as ¿Cuántas preguntas tienes para mí? No muchas. So not many is no muchas. So we start with indefinite determiners. Now think of a situation where you can't give the exact quantity of things, but somehow you need to determine it vaguely or approximately. For example, if someone asks how many questions do you have for me, and you reply not many, so not many is actually is a reply whereby you are not telling the exact quantity or the exact number of questions that you have for that person. So same thing can be said in Spanish as ¿Cuántas preguntas tienes para mí? Meaning how many questions do you have for me? And the reply is no muchas, meaning not many. So in this case, as you see, the person gives an approximate idea on the number of questions he is going to ask the another person without giving him the exact number. Thus he uses the indefinite no muchas to give that vague understanding. Thus we can say that indefinite adjectives, that is adjetivos indefinidos, are those adjectives that talks about things or people in vague, general and not in a precise way. Even though in English the indefinite adjectives do not change, that they remain same, but in Spanish, as you know, like other adjectives, the indefinite adjectives will also change according to the number and gender. So they will have four forms, that is masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular and feminine plural, like all the other adjectives that we have learned till now. Now most common indefinite adjectives are given below. Now we are going to see in detail the most common indefinite adjectives. So the first one is a set of adjectives that refer to indeterminate number of persons or things. So this set will is referring to indeterminate number of persons or things, and they are algún, alguna, algunos, algunas. So this algún, alguna means some, algunos, algunas means any. So algún, alguna, algunos, algunas meaning some or any. Same way ningún, ninguna, ningunos, ningunas. Now ningún, ninguna is it means no or not many, and ningunos, ningunas, even though are at times written, but it's hardly used in spoken Spanish. So as you can see here, this algún, which has got this asterisk, it is used before a masculine singular noun. That is, before a masculine singular noun, this alguno will lose its o and it will become algún. Otherwise it is alguno, alguna, algunos, algunas. Now let's see some example. For example, if I say ¿Hay algún libro de español aquí? Is there any Spanish book here? So this any is in Spanish is algún, and here it is algún because after this there is a noun which is libro. So libro is masculine singular noun, that's why alguno is not used and algún is used. Same way, the reply can be no hay ningún libro interesante en la biblioteca, meaning there isn't any interesting book in the library. As we have seen with the case of alguno, whereby it changes into algún. So same way, ninguno changes into ningún when it comes before a masculine singular noun. Now let's see some more examples. For example, if I say vienen algunos chicos para ayudarnos. So algunos chicos, because chicos is plural, so and chicos is masculine, so the form algunos is used, meaning are some boys coming to help us? So vienen algunos chicos para ayudarnos, and the reply can be no viene ninguno de los chicos para ayudarnos, meaning none of the boys are coming to help us. So as I mentioned, ningunos is hardly used. So here we can see that ninguno is used, and in the sentence is no viene ninguno de los chicos para ayudarnos. So the difference between algún or ningún depends on the sentence. If the sentence is affirmative, then you have to use the series algún, alguna, and if it is negative, then series ningún, ninguna. So we have seen the examples of these indefinite adjectives, which were alguno, alguna, algunos, algunas, whereby alguno changes into algún when it comes before a masculine singular noun, and in negation we have ninguno, ninguna, ningunos, ningunas, whereby ninguno will change into ningún before a masculine singular noun, and these refer to indeterminate number of persons or things. Now let's see some more. So the next set is cada. Cada means each, and cada remains same, that is it will not change in any form, that is it will not change in feminine, and also it will not change in masculine plural or feminine plural, meaning it remains same for every form. So cada means each or every. So for example, if I say every weekend Amelie visits her father, so here every weekend can be said as cada fin de semana Amelie visita a su padre. So cada fin de semana can mean each weekend or every weekend. So cada means each or every. But the third is cualquier o cualquiera. Now cualquier or cualquiera means any, or means whatever, whichever, whoever or whomever. So it can be used both for, and cualquiera can be used for both masculine and feminine nouns if it comes after them. Now we'll see the examples also, whereby we will use these two terms, cualquier and cualquiera. So cualquier is masculine singular and cualquiera is feminine singular, but as we mentioned that cualquiera can be used both for masculine and feminine noun if it comes after them. Now in plural it remains same, that is it will not change in neither in masculine plural nor in feminine plural. So for example, if I say cualquier tonto puede hacer este trabajo. So cualquier, because tonto is masculine singular, tonto ending in o, so it is cualquier, which means any. So cualquier tonto puede hacer este trabajo means any fool can do this work. Or cualquiera, the use of cualquiera can be seen with this example. So if I say tráeme un bolso cualquiera, meaning bring me any bag. So this cualquier and cualquiera means any, whatever, or whichever, whoever, or whoever. It has got many meanings, and the use is according to the other adjectives, except that cualquiera can be used with masculine as well as feminine nouns if it comes after them. Now the other set of indefinite adjectives are mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas. Mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas means any, some, or many. And the opposite of mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas is poco, poca, pocos, pocas. Poco, poca means little, and poco, poca, pocos, pocas means little or few. As you can see, mucho is used with masculine singular noun and mucha is used with feminine singular noun. Same way, poco is used with masculine singular noun and poca is used with feminine singular noun. And the plural muchos and is used with masculine plural noun, and muchas is used with feminine plural noun. And same way, pocos is used with masculine plural and pocas is used with feminine plural noun, like any other adjectives that we have seen. So let's see some examples with these indefinite adjectives. So mucho means many or a lot. So if I say today I have a lot of work, so it can be said as hoy tengo mucho trabajo. So mucho, because after it the word that is coming is trabajo, which is masculine singular. Same way, if I say I'm feeling very hot, so this is said as tengo mucho calor. Why mucho? Again, because after this very hot, that is after this very, this hot in Spanish is calor, el calor, because it's masculine. That's why we are using mucho calor. But mucha, when do we use mucha? It is used with feminine singular. So thirst in Spanish is la sed, meaning it is feminine. So if I say I'm very thirsty, so this very is used in this sentence in Spanish, it will be mucha. The same thing can be said as tengo mucha sed. And another example with plural, if I say Cecilia's sister has lots of kids, so this lots of kids is plural, that is masculine. So this will be said as la hermana de Cecilia, meaning Cecilia's sister. So la hermana de Cecilia tiene muchos niños. So this was about muchos, plural, that is lots of or many kids. And muchas will be with masculine or with feminine plural. So if I say she tells me many fairy tales, fairy tales is historias de hadas, so it is feminine plural. So this many will be or this sentence can be said as ella me cuenta muchas historias de hada. So mucho, mucha means some or any, and muchos, muchas means many. Now let's see about poco. Poco again is the same, it's like mucho, mucha and muchos, muchas, except that poco means that poco means little or few. So in the example that we have seen, if we change mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas with poco, poca, pocos, pocas, so the meaning will just change into opposite, that is except many it will become few or any or very little. Now the un poco de can also be used, and Let's see one example. If I say en la nevera hay un poco de leche, or if I say hay poca leche en la nevera, what is the difference when I say hay poca leche and hay un poco de leche? So un poco de never changes with gender of the noun, and if used, it emphasizes on what is there as opposed to what is not there. So in the first sentence, for example, we have seen hay un poco de leche. So it is emphasizing that there are still some milk. And the second sentence that I said hay poca leche en la nevera. So hay poca leche, it emphasizes that there is little milk and it might not be sufficient. So un poco de is just emphasizing that there is little milk, and poca leche is telling the same thing, but here it is emphasizing the fact that it might not be sufficient. So this was all about mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas, and its opposite poco, poca, pocos, and pocas. Same way, let's see another indefinite adjective, that is otro. Otro, otra, otros, otras. 4 forms. Otro, otra, otros, otras means another or other. For example, if I say I want another piece of chocolate, please. So this another is otro. So in Spanish it is quiero otro trozo de chocolate, por favor. So otro here is used because this trozo is masculine singular. That's why, following the same rule that before the masculine singular noun, the masculine singular adjective will be used. So the masculine singular adjective is otro. So that's why here it is quiero otro trozo de chocolate. Same way, if we say give me other apple please, or another apple please, so it will be me das otra manzana por favor, o dame otra manzana por favor. Now this manzana is feminine singular, that's why in the sentence it is otra manzana. Now let's see its plural. In masculine, if we say in English, you don't know that there are other details of the cases. So detail in Spanish is el detalle. So details will be los detalles. That's why other details will be otros detalles. So in the sentence, you don't know that there are other details of the case. So the same will be said as tú no sabes que hay otros detalles de este caso. So other details is otros, because details is masculine plural, that's why we are using otros. Same way, if there is a feminine plural, then this adjective will be otras. For example, if we say are there any other songs of this singer? So song is la canción and plural is songs, which will be las canciones. As this is a feminine plural, that's why we will use otras. So we'll say hay otras canciones de este cantante, meaning are there any other songs of this singer? Apart from what we have covered, there are other adjectives as well. That is, the adjectives are tanto, tanta, tantos, tantas. Tanto, tanta means so much, and tantos, tantas means so many. Same way, there are todo, toda, todos, todas. Todo, toda means all, and todos, todas means every. Then we have demasiado, demasiada, demasiados, demasiadas. Demasiado, demasiada means too many, and too much, or demasiados, demasiadas means too many. And last is bastante, which is bastante in both masculine and feminine singular, and bastantes in masculine and feminine plural. Now let's see some of the examples of the indeterminate adjectives that we have just mentioned so that you can understand it better. So the first example is with tanto. Tanto means so much. So if I say I don't like so much confusion, so it will be, in Spanish will be no me gusta tanto jaleo. Or if I say so many, so this will be tanta. If after this so many comes a feminine singular. For example, if I say so many people, what a surprise, so it will be tanta gente, que sorpresa. Same way, if I say if I take the example of todo, and if I say todo el día llueve en Mumbai en el monsoon, meaning in Mumbai it rains the whole day during the monsoons. So this todo here is all day or whole day. So todo means all or every or whole, depending on the context. Same way, if I take an example of demasiado and I say demasiado means too much or too. So if I say it's too hot in Delhi in summer, so the same thing can be said as hace demasiado calor en Delhi en verano. So hace demasiado calor, demasiado is too hot or too much hot. And if I take one example of bastante, so as we have seen that bastante will be for both masculine as well as feminine singular, and bastantes will be for masculine as well as feminine plural. And bastante means quite or quite enough. So if I say a sentence in English that is today I have quite many things to do, so the same can be said in Spanish as hoy tengo bastantes cosas que hacer. So bastantes here as we have seen mean quite or quite many in the sentence. So likewise we have another that is in Spanish. In Spanish it is varios, varias. Varios, varias means many or several. So if I say I have many hobbies but swimming is not one of them, so the same thing can be said as tengo varios hobbies pero nadar no es uno de ellos. And let's take another example. If I say there are various clothes shop in this market, so this clothes shop will be tiendas de ropa, as tiendas is feminine plural, so we will use varias meaning various or several. So hay varias tiendas de ropa en este mercado. Then there are some which are neutral, meaning that they will not change. So they function as adjectives when succeeded by they for determining the quantity of uncountable nouns. So when they are used before they, whereby they determine the quantity of uncountable nouns, so they will be neutral. And these are algo meaning something and nada meaning nothing. So algo means something and nada means nothing in Spanish. So if I say in the fridge there is some milk but no bread is left, so the same thing can be said as en la nevera hay algo de leche pero no queda nada de pan. So here algo de leche, that there is some milk left but no bread is left, so no queda nada de pan. So algo and nada is neuter, that means that it will not change. So as you see here we have the same pattern as ningún, ninguna or algún, alguna series. When the sentence is affirmative we use algo de, and when the sentence or the clause in a sentence is negative we use nada de, as we have seen in the sentence. Now let's talk about another indefinite adjective, that is los demás. Los demás is, as you can guess, it's already in plural. So los demás is masculine plural and las demás is feminine plural, and los demás and las demás means the rest. So if we take an example, that is, and we say, where are the rest of the boys, then in Spanish it will be donde están los demás estudiantes. And if I say the rest of the girls are not coming, are not going to come, so the same can be said as no van a venir las demás chicas. So los demás estudiantes, because the rest of the boys masculine, so boys masculine plural, that's why los demás. And las demás because the rest of the girls are not going to come, so las demás, because after that the noun is girls, that is chicas. So these were all about the adjectives that we have seen till now. Now we are going to talk about indefinite pronouns. What are indefinite pronouns? Indefinite pronouns are pronouns whose function is to replace a noun expressing quantity, identity, or another notion in an imprecise or indeterminate way. They are mostly same as the indefinite adjectives. Now here is a complete list of these pronouns. So as we have seen that the indefinite adjectives will change into masculine singular, masculine plural, same way feminine singular and feminine plural. So now we are going to see some of the indefinite pronouns. So we start with algo. Now algo, it is a neutral indefinite pronoun, which means something, and it is used to refer to things or abstract notions. Algo. And then nada is nothing or anything, and it is also neutral and is used to negate the existence of indeterminate or abstract things or notions. So it is the opposite of algo. Algo meaning something and nada means nothing. Same way, alguien is always used to refer to the existence of a person. It has only one form, alguien, and alguien means someone, and the opposite of someone is no one or none, and referring to a person it is nadie. So nadie is used to negate the existence of indeterminate number of persons, and it also had only one form. So algo and nada is used for a thing, that is algo means something and nada means nothing, and alguien and nadie is used for people, and alguien, whereby alguien means someone and nadie means no one. Apart from these, we have seen alguno, alguna, algunos, algunas. It is used to refer to indeterminate quantity of people, things or animals. And the opposite of alguno, alguna, algunos, algunas is ninguno, ninguna and ningunos, ningunas, whereby we mentioned ningunos, ningunas is hardly used, and it is used to negate the existence of indeterminate quantity of people, things or animals. Apart from these, there are otro, otra, otros, otras. Otro, otra, otros, otras are used to refer to people or things, and it expresses diversity or availability of options. So otro, otra means other or another. Same way we have seen mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas. Mucho, mucha means a lot or much, and muchos, muchas means many, and these are used to refer to the quantity or number of people or thing on the higher side. And there are others like cualquiera, meaning any or another. So it is used to denote indifference while referring to people or things. So cualquiera or cualquiera, any. And then the last we have demas. With demas, it is used to refer to persons preceded by the definite articles, that is los demás and las. So definite and definite articles los or las, and refers to things when preceded by neuter article, that is lo. Lo demás means when we say lo demás, then it refers to things, and it denotes diversity and helps to talk about the things or persons that have remained. Thus, if its use is not clear, then you should refer to the e-text, because e-text has got a lot of examples about the indefinite pronouns that we have just seen now. And the last, which we are going to see very quickly, is interrogative pronoun, because interrogative pronoun we have already seen in the previous module. So what are the interrogative pronouns? Interrogative pronouns are, in English, are who, which, what, where, when, why, how much, and how many. For example, if we say which movie are we going to watch, or how many students are there in the class. So the interrogative pronouns in Spanish are qué, cuál o cuáles, dónde, cuándo, por qué, cuánto, cuánta, cuántos, cuántas. So these were the interrogative pronouns. As we have already seen these pronouns in the previous module, so we are not going to explain in this module, in this video. But having said that, if you want to see the examples of the interrogative pronouns, then you can refer back to the e-text. Thus, as it's not possible to cover every aspect in this video, thus it is important that you go back to the e-text, which will have more explanations, more examples, and also it will have exercises which you can do so that you practice whatever we have covered in this module. And apart from that, e-text will have other texts as well as links which will take you to other websites also, whereby you can learn more if you wish to. Thus it's important that you also refer to the e-text. Thank you.